Welcome to PSI. Congratulations on passing your written examination. The proctor for this session will read the instructions, keep time for each section, and can only answer general questions that do not direct or instruct you in any way concerning this examination. The raters are responsible for observing and rating your skills performance and are not allowed to converse with candidates except to provide a general direction. Once the examination begins, you may place all of your supplies in your assigned workstation. You may not observe the work of other candidates. Please do not speak or assist other candidates during the examination. While you may use the restroom during the examination, please keep in mind that the time will continue to elapse and any instructions you miss will not be repeated. Only one candidate at a time may leave, so please return as quickly as possible. Does anybody have any questions about the instructions I have just read you? The first section is pre-examination setup and disinfectant. You have 10 minutes to unpack your general supplies and prepare your work area. You will be informed when you have 5 minutes remaining. You may begin. When you start this section, you're going to place your kit underneath your table on the ground. That is going to be the most sanitary option at this point because you have not disinfected your table or your chair. When you pull out your first bag, that is going to be the bag with your hand sanitizer, EPA, and your paper towels. When you pull out this bag, do not set anything on the table because you have not disinfected the table at all. You're going to take out your EPA and you're going to spray the table down. Then you will take out your paper towels that you packed in your separate bag and you will wipe the table down. Once you wipe the table down, you can place all of your items on the table so you don't have to hold them any longer. Then you will turn around, spray the chair with your EPA, and then wipe the chair down with paper towels. As you can see, her EPA bottle is labeled, and so are her bags. You're going to make sure all of your items are labeled so the proctors know exactly which bags you're pulling out. She's taking out her trash bag right now. She is going to take the trash bag to the table. That is the most sanitary option for this setup right now. And she also has tape in the same Ziploc bag that she had the trash bag in. And just make sure the trash bag is as secure as possible. So if you need 2 strips of tape or 3 or 4, just do so. And always remember to sanitize after every step, before and after, just to be safe. Candidates, please stop working. All scoring has been completed. We will now proceed to the next section of the examination. The next section is Eyelash Extension Application Service. Please demonstrate applying extensions. You have 25 minutes to complete this section. You will be informed when you have 13 minutes remaining. You may begin. She starts the section by sanitizing her hands before she even touches anything. She's going to take out the eyelash extension application Ziploc that you created, and that is going to have her mannequin stand, her adhesive, tweezers, iPads, and her lash tray. She will also pull out the mannequin if it is in separate bags. You'll go straight into it, placing the mannequin stand on the edge of the desk, and then prep the mannequin head first on top of that stand. When you're done with all your Ziplocs, place them next to you instead of placing all of them in the trash individually, just because every time you touch the trash, you do have to sanitize. So that can just limit the amount of times that you're sanitizing in between, just in case you forget one time, so you don't get points off. You do want to place all of your lash supplies nice and neat, just so you have them right there. And we do recommend keeping 2 or 3 pieces of each thing that you do need. So 2 iPads or 2 glue rings, anything like that. Just in case one falls on the ground, you don't have to worry about not having anything else. Your tweezers do have to be in a separate package within the Ziploc. So we do recommend using a toothbrush holder or something of that sort. We already had our tweezers pre-packaged when we purchased them, so we just left them in that package, which is totally fine. Just make sure they are covered and not just loose in your Ziploc bag. And you are allowed to place the lash strip on the actual lash tray itself whenever you start lashing. When it comes to the glue, just put the smallest amount of glue in your glue ring because you are only placing 6 lashes on each eye, so you don't need much. And also, you do have to throw everything in your trash bag no matter what. So, the full adhesive, your tweezers, everything. So, if you fill up your glue ring, that will just get everywhere. So, just for easier cleanup. Candidates, you have 13 minutes remaining. For the lashes, you are just placing 6 lashes on each eye. They may only ask for 3, but we recommend going ahead and placing 6 just in case, because once you pull that iPad off, or just you never know what can happen, just so you have extra lashes to pass the examination in general. And you can see that she is throwing everything in her trash can, even if it's the tweezers, the full adhesive, everything. And after she touched her trash can, she is going to sanitize just before she removes the iPads and the head wrap. But she will also be throwing these away as well. Whenever you finish a section, you will also always raise your hand to let them know the proctor that you are finished. Candidates, please stop working. All scoring has been completed. We will now proceed to the next section of the examination. The next section is Blood Exposure Incident Service. Please perform procedures for a blood exposure incident. You have 12 minutes to complete this section. You will be informed when you have 6 minutes remaining. You may begin. Once again, she starts this section with sanitizing her hands. Then you're just going to pull out your first aid kit. that you've packed and prepared. She's placing any extra paper towels off to the side. Then she's going to pull out everything in her kit, including the first aid kit. She opens it up just to be sure you have your gauze, alcohol pad, and your band-aid. You will start this section by putting on the gloves. Once the gloves are on, you're going to grab your gauze. You'll place your gauze on the area that you choose to have the injury. You'll hold the gauze for about 10 seconds just to ensure the proctor knows you are addressing the wound, essentially. Then you will take the alcohol pad and you'll clean the wound for about 10 seconds. Again, just to make sure the proctor knows that you're doing the proper protocol for an injury. Then you'll take the band-aid and just place the band-aid over the wound. Candidates, you have 6 minutes remaining. You will have double-bagged Ziploc bags in this kit as well. That is your trash for the blood exposure trash. Since you just treated a wound on a client, you cannot just throw the bandages and the gauze and the alcohol pad in the trash without double bagging it. The rest is fine, but as you can see, she's throwing away her double bag right now, sanitizing, and she will be ready for the next section. Candidates, please stop working. The last section is end of examination disinfection. You have 10 minutes to complete this section. You will be informed when you have 5 minutes remaining. You may begin. Now this is the portion where you're cleaning everything up. Again, she will start sanitizing her hands because she's going to touch her mannequin. She is going to place the mannequin in her kit instead of in the trash because at this point the kit is dirty itself. Then you will wipe down your service area on the table and you will wipe down your chair again as well. Also, keep in mind during this process, if you're ever in doubt of what the next step is, just sanitize your hands. It'll give you a few seconds to think about the next steps, and there's nothing wrong with a little extra sanitation. Once you have everything wiped down, you're going to throw absolutely everything into your trash bag, and then you will be able to place it back in your kit and put your hand up to ensure the proctor knows you're finished with the exam. Candidates, please stop working. All scoring has been completed. Candidate final instructions. This concludes the practical examination. Please be seated at your assigned station to wait for your score report. Bearing any computer-related problems, it should only take approximately 5 to 10 minutes to generate the report. Once you have received your score report, you are required to leave the testing facility immediately. Please be sure to read and review your score report in its entirety. Raters or proctors are not allowed to discuss your exam or its results. For questions or concerns, please wait 24 hours and then contact PSI customer service. Thank you and have a great day.